Hey, what's up guys, Little Luigi here, welcome to STeller episode 5.1. I'm not sure why, but not only were you guys way slower than the last rounds, except for round 4, but the dead people were faster than you. The dead people took an average of 0.945 days, and the living took an average of 1.191 days. What the heck? Anyways, enough with me complaining about how long you guys take. We had our 14 contestants submit 15 sentences to one story. 2 of them will win a prize, and the worst 2 will be eliminated from STeller. The event this round was a revival, so I allowed dead contestants to submit a separate story, and the best dead contestant will be revived. I had only 8 dead people submit sentences without taking 4 days to do so. I had to add my own sentence to the story because of 1 dead not submitting. That's why there's 9 sentences. There are 3 power-ups in people's inventories that they have 1 more round to use, that being this round, so we'll see who played what. And with that, here's how you guys can vote. Contestants DM the Spaghetti Luigi account on Discord their vote, but viewers comment down their vote. To vote, rank the sentences by their labels by putting the best on the left and the worst on the right. Make sure I know what votes are for which stories by labeling them like this. Thank you. Voters should vote up sentences that are funny, add something interesting, add to the plot, or improve the story in some other way. They should vote down wrote-on sentences, sentences that derail the story too much, and sentences that don't have continuity. So let's start off by reading the living story. I've kept my rare collection of Xbox One video games worth $3 million stored safe in my closet until today, where it has now disappeared. I figured that it was only a matter of time before the law caught up to me, as I had stolen or pirated most of my collection. However, I needed to know how they raided my closet undetected, and if this meant the rumors of developing Portal technology I had been hearing were true. The only game that wasn't completely stolen was Portal. However, the disc was missing from the box. What if the game had come to life? I looked up and saw a suspiciously blue ring on the ceiling of my closet and some sort of high-tech facility on the other side. Because my love for Portal will never run out of steam, I immediately recognized that the portal actually leads to the Aperture Science Enrichment Center and stepped through. I felt myself propelled onto the ground next to an orange ring and began to panic, remembering that most test subjects meant a very poisonous fate here. I could only lay on the ground as the fear began to set in, catching mere glimpses of my surroundings, but enough to see my orange escape portal evaporate. I was about to question my sanity when I realized that the story is almost over already, so I decided to speed things up a bit. I then realized that if I could harness one of the video game's most powerful tools, then I could get my games back. Immediately, I dashed to where I remembered the portal gun usually lay, and held the familiar gadget with ambition and a plan. Knowing there was only one logical solution, I walked out of the lab in search of the nearest GameStop to trade in the portal gun, hoping it would earn me enough in-store credit to get back my games. When I got to the GameStop, they would only give me $10 in store credit for it, even when I explained it was a physics-defying scientific breakthrough. I stormed out of the store, but just before I reached the door, I noticed a very familiar collection of games out the corner of my eye. I asked the GameStop worker how my collection got into the store, but he merely shrugged and demanded I buy it back from him. Shame that the games were cracked and were all just like the cake, a lie. That was a cool story made by the living. Now here's the one made by the dead. I've been a ghost for a few years, and I've been pranking people for all my ghost life until I was suddenly sucked back into my body, which was deep underground. Repressed memories of my old life as an Industrial Revolution coal miner came flooding back to me in an instant, overwhelming my mind with everything from the weird sensation of pleasure to all the too common feelings of exploitation. All this hullabaloo was too much that I passed out, until I woke up to the pitching and painful uproar of screaming, which seemed to be coming from a woman. She was my wife, for this was the day she died in a cave-in accident. I had a deja vu weird sensation. I then came to the realization that I was reliving the cave-in accident. I looked above me and got some pebbles in my eye, blinding me, causing me to fall over. I fell on the ground and saw my wife in front of me, helpless as the rocks were falling on top of her body. I saw the helpless look in her eyes, and I wasn't able to do anything about it. As the moment passed, it repeated itself over and over again, and I thought, is this my punishment for all the wrongdoings I've done? Unable to relive the moment any longer, I abandoned my own body to possess my wife's body and quickly escaped the cave-in, and now I'll happily haunt my wife's home for the rest of her life. And that's the cool dead story. When voting, please tell me if you're voting on the living story or the dead story. You must vote by June 6th, 3 p.m. CST, and that's all for this video. See you guys later. Bye!